again, a lot of fun on NBA Twitter this evening. With several choice emojis. But then he did come back and say, for real, I'm happy for him, though. So let me start with you, GA, on Dwight. What's going to be expected from him in Philly?
Well, listen, I'm a little shocked that he decided to go that route. The minutes are going to be there based on how much Joel plays. Remember, this is not a scenario where he's going to be on the floor with Joel Embiid. He is purely going to play backup minutes. And at this stage of his career, it's probably all he was going to get anyway. It's just a matter of what are you looking to do big picture. It does put him back with Daryl Morey, but this is a guy that did help the Lakers win a championship, played a vital role. And now he gets to go to Philadelphia and see if he can help that team get to the finals. I was a little surprised by this, but big picture, if you're the Lakers, I think they got to be thrilled with what they've been able to accomplish thus far this offseason with not just getting Schroeder, but also Montrezl Harrell, because it not only helps their roster, but it also really impacts negatively the Clippers roster in losing him.
Let's talk more about that deal, Tom. How did it go down with Montrez, and do you see him in a similar role off the bench?
Man, how about Montrez? Taking his 19 points a game, his 7 boards, and his 6th Man of the Year trophy about 82 feet down the Staples Center hallway. Amazing pickup for the Lakers, and what a blow to the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell represented the spirit of that team, the fight. He was beloved by Clipperland, and for him to just go over to the purple and gold, wow, that is a big deal given the importance of the Laker-Clipper battle for the championship out here in the West. And then Dwight, man, put your phone down. You know, there's no reason to tweet before you got a deal, right? And then I don't know why he's in such a hurry to take a deal tonight. Yeah. He basically took something near the minimum. What was the rush? As a veteran with all the money he's made, why not wait and see where you go? But I guess the Sixers really wanted him, and he couldn't get the answer out of the Lakers, and he was just dying to make his announcement. This is really wild.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the 82 feet between those locker rooms that you mentioned at Staples Center, because not only is Wes Matthews as a free agent agreeing, with the reigning champion Lakers on a 1-year deal worth $3.6 million, but we're also hearing now, GA, that Marcus Morris will agree to stay with the Clippers as well. So, again, things starting to take shape in LA.
Yeah, if you're the Lakers, I think they're really thrilled. And really to Tom's point, too, for Dwight, you're signing a minimum contract in essence. So you could wait till the day before camp to sign a minimum contract. I mean, that there's no real financial benefit in that regard. And you've given up an opportunity to possibly have a chance to win another World Championship. But in terms of that dynamic between the Clippers and the Lakers, you got to tip your cap. And I was following on social media, people were saying, well, the Clippers proved that Montrez wasn't that valuable. And the point I made, Montrezl Harrell was the 3rd most important player for the Clippers. For the Lakers, he's probably the 5th. That's a big difference. And I think that's why he will be more and have the numbers, near the numbers he had for the Lakers, but he'll have as much of an impact. And they have size, which the Clippers didn't. And I think that's why he's a much better fit for the Lakers moving forward.
Well,
like this show, NBA free agency has started. Got to get yourself some players. Blazers trade with the Celtics, get Enes Kanter back in Portland. 3-way deal that also includes the Grizzlies. Memphis gets Mario Hezonja and the 30th pick from the draft the other night, Desmond Bane. So he's got a future Grizz draft pick, Kanter. Key late ad in Portland, 2019, when they went to the Western Conference Finals. The draft not involved here. The Heat keep their own. Point guard Goran Dragic signs a 2-year deal. He's 34, going to have a 7th season in Miami. Averaged 16 points while playing off the bench during the regular season a year ago. Helped drive Miami to the NBA Finals before suffering a foot injury. They keep Miles Leonard around as well. De'Aaron Fox staying in Sacramento. He agreed to a 5-year max extension worth at least $163 million. Fox was one of 5 players to average 25 points on 50% shooting in the bubble. My guess is, Mike, Kentucky's Alumni Association is going to reach out to him. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, whoa, you're sitting right here. Danilo Gallinari signing a 3-year, $61.5 million contract to join the Hawks. Going to leave OKC. Gallinari made 148 catch and shoot 3-pointers last season. That was 6th best in the league. And then this one just breaking, 6th man of the year. Of course, he's a Clipper. Montrezl Harrell agrees to a 2-year deal with the Lakers. Going across town. He's playing in the same building, actually. Harrell averaged 14.8 points per game last season, which was the 4th most in the league, behind only Giannis, Zion, and players on the move. Dwight Howard has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Sixers. He just keeps bouncing around the league. Mason Plumlee headed to the Pistons, 3-year deal. Derek Favors, he's going back to Utah. After some players staying put, Jordan Clarkson, Mizzou, agreed to a 4-year deal worth $52 million to stay with the Jazz. Rodney Hood staying put in Portland. That's also a 2-year deal. And Joe Harris is back with the Nets, and he's hooked up on his contract for 4 years. All right, Woj is here, scheduled for 3 minutes and 45 seconds, which would be the longest you've stayed off your phone in how long? Like 4 days?
Yeah, about that.
We'll see if that holds. Let's start with Danilo Gallinari, finalizing his agreement with the Hawks, okay? Does that impact, or how does it, with where Gordon Hayward's going to land?
Well, it's certainly a team off the board for Gordon Hayward. They did have interest in him. Gallinari is a great pickup for the Hawks. That's a young team, a really good young core led by Trae Young. They want to get closer to the playoffs. And Gallinari, coming off a very good year in Oklahoma City, is there. And you're seeing teams like that. Some of these younger teams with cap space going out and trying to improve themselves. Detroit has made a series of moves tonight.
Does OKC even have any players left? I mean, they keep flipping guys leaving free. I mean, they have all those picks, but they don't have them all here in the next day and a half. Free agency tonight, because we got all these things came in the last 3 hours. How busy is it? Where's the buzz tonight?
Well, you're seeing a lot of deals. This is a depressed marketplace. You've got ownership that and who don't have fans. You're seeing, I think, a lot of agents taking offers that are there on the table, but you're seeing a great premium on shooting. Joe Harris, 4 years, $75 million to return with Kyrie, KD. Davis Bertans in Washington, solidifying his role next to Bradley Beal. 5 years, $80 million. And obviously Gallinari, 61. There's a premium on shooting right now, and you see it with those players.
See folks getting picked here and here. Is there anybody, is there a Jenga piece? Is there a domino here? They're waiting for fall that might change a bunch of stuff. Because from the depressed market, it doesn't sound like maybe they're that guy, but what do we see?
Yeah, this is not going to be a free agency where you're going to see a lot of impact players changing teams. It's Christian Wood going to Houston, just reported 3 years, $41 million from Chicago, or from Detroit, excuse me. Montrezl Harrell going to the Lakers, 2 years, $19 million. So he goes from the Clippers to the Lakers when Dwight Howard left for Philly. And now Anthony Davis with the Lakers, who's going to take some time deciding the kind of deal he's going to do, the length of the deal. He can do a 2+1 that would align him with LeBron James contractually. He may not decide until at least after Thanksgiving.
So AD certainly out there. That's the one everybody is watching, although they don't expect him really to move.
He's not going anywhere.
And then real quick, with the Nets, because the James Harden thing's floating out there, I don't know that necessarily they've talked about it, but everybody else has. As they do things, we watch, you mentioned Joe Harris gets signed, Landry Shamet gets traded for. Do we know that they're stockpiling other pieces, or is this just like, no, these are guys on our team?
Yeah, they talked early, over a week ago with Houston, not very substantive talks. Houston's not shown a desire right now to really want to move quickly on James Harden. Joe Harris was the offseason priority for Sean Marks in Brooklyn. He gets that $75 million deal. They bring Landry Shamet in, and we'll see. There's still more moves to be made in Brooklyn, but they're focused now on just having those complimentary guys around KD and Kyrie, and Harris was at the top of the list to keep him.
Really, because they get their big free agent addition from last year, this year, when Kevin Durant
and the big player's still out there, Gordon Hayward. He's still talking. He's an unrestricted free agent. He's somebody who can certainly move the needle around the league when he makes his decision.
That's Woj here on this Sports Center. Obviously, we'll get him his own ESPN network, and you can watch him days and days and days until the season starts. Thanks, Woj.
Say, John.
Well, when the Raptors open the next NBA season, not only will they not be playing in front of their home fans, they won't even be playing in their home arena. The organization announcing today that due to the COVID-19 restrictions in Canada, the team will tip off the season in Tampa.